going back a couple of steps,
Yeah.
you said about that continuity and connectivity, because
Yeah.
had a few people on the podcast where, you know, we're talking about sort of invertebrates and,
Yeah.
you know, having nature's corridors,
Yes.
allowing, you know, invertebrates to sort of migrate and actually
Yeah.
breed, and rather than just being condensed into these very tight knit sort of
Yeah.
ecosystems. So I guess there is an added benefit to that, where you can get you know, a wider landscape, you can get a wider habitat for.
Absolutely. And it's not just insects, of course. I mean, if you look at the way, for instance, I've got a personal interest, I've always been fascinated by amphibians. Now, amphibians follow pathways of wetness, if you like. I know that frogs, for instance, can tell where their natal pond is by smelling glycols. You know, so that, and so you'll often find them traveling uphill to a pond, because the stream that's coming from the pond, or the wet feature that's coming from the pond, is carrying these glycols, which are produced by algae. And so it's not just insects, it's all sorts of animals. And of course, all plants as well will travel in that way. So, you know, a wetland plant, if it's got to jump half a mile, is going to struggle to get to somewhere. But if it can leapfrog down a series of wetland features, then it will do it. So it's all these corridors, whether it's a natural landscape or whether it's a manufactured landscape, if they have the characteristics that we look for, which are things like clean water, which are things like enhanced vegetation. So the height of the vegetation is almost an exponential thing. You know, the denser, the more structure that you can create in that landscape, the more things can move through it.
Yeah.
And of course, the longer the grass, the more structure there is to the vegetation, the better it holds water back and filters the water as well. So you've got this great synergy between the biodiversity and the thing we're trying to do, which is to manage rainwater. So it works very well both ways.